Okay, I have to press go live after I press start streaming.
Mm-hmm. You are a black screen.
Oh, no, you're not.
You are a black screen.
Oh, no, you're not.
You are a black screen.
Is that is that delay? Okay.
It's delay.
Delay.
Yeah.
All right, we're live. Kinda.
As soon as we figure that out.
How are you guys doing?
Fine. How are you? And we usually do this on camera.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right now we're just supposed to say random shit that may or may not scare away everybody that's in the chat room already.
Oh, if you haven't noticed, we're 40 minutes early.
Yep, just because.
We're making up for all of the times that we were 3 minutes late. This makes up for like
several
16
shows.
weeks, man.
When you say it out loud, it sounds kind of crazy.
Now we're even again.
All right. Fuck yeah, dude. That worked out just fine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what's going on. I don't know how Alan does this every week, put in the news together, because I'm like, I barely know what's happening.
He likes doing it. He's sad that he's not doing it this week.
That's wild.
Alan's got his hand in a lot of pots. You know, he's always got the most recent stew around. We do have some cool stuff to talk about. A birthday this week.
Oh yeah, who
was it? My birthday?
I don't know. Are you in Band-Maid?
No.
Not yet.
Cool though.
What intro?
The one that's going on right now.
Oh yeah, you're right. I don't know the subtlety of it.
Why it shows a 4?
I think it has to do with the fact that there are 4 of us.
Does it
although
show a
that is a
4?
blatant lie today.
Oh,
That's 4
would you look at that? The
gaijin
A
for
is
Japanese
a 4.
music.
What?
What is up, everybody out there in music world?
Hello. There's
We're
people.
we're the Guys and Guys podcast, where we talk about Japanese music news and other music news from around the world. Today, as you can see, we have an empty screen. We are missing one of our fellow Guys and Guys because he is out there at the Aftershock Festival having a grand old time without us.
In the field.
In the fields.
Yep.
I think he's going through a recovery period today because he's been out there since the whole week for the most part, the last few days at least.
Right off the bat. Thank you, Bill Halsey.
Holy
for the super
buckets,
chat.
Bill.
Hell yeah.
Thank you so much. I wish I could show your chat on screen, but
I'll read it for you instead. Bill says, "Hi guys, good hearing from you. Seeing all of you is another story. I heard that Mincho-san wanted to change her name to Kanami-chan because of her age. Is that true?"
What?
Interesting question.
Oh, like she's upgrading, leveling up.
I mean, her name is Kanami. I don't understand.
Well, she called herself Mincho though.
She did, but what does Mincho mean in like
Small.
Japanese?
Small.
Well, there you go. I guess she wants to be taken a little bit more seriously.
I guess so.
That happens.
Kanami-chan
that
as
happens.
opposed to Mincho.
You know, like all those rappers that start with like, they're little something, and like eventually they stop being little.
Yeah, they're like 45-year-olds still being called Lil Pup or some shit.
Yeah, but you've got like remember like Lil Bow Wow just dropped the little at some point because he was like, I'm a man now. I'm Bow
Just call
Wow.
me Bow Wow.
Just call me Bow Wow.
At what age do you decide to drop the Lil? Well, how old is Kanami?
Yeah, I have no idea actually how old the Band-Maid
ages.
members are. They're
30-something.
timeless. Yes.
We did our research really well.
I did not expect a question about the ages of Japanese.
It's the
band
main
members,
topic of
I
the
think
week.
they're all in their early 30s or something.
I'd have to
We'll
assume
just
that
leave it
too.
at that.
I mean, they've been doing this. They've been in Band-Maid for 10 years. So like,
yeah.
I doubt they were like 12 when they started. Probably early 20s, I would guess. They're probably early 30s now. And they're very, very good at what they do, getting better and better.
I don't know how you can get better when you're already that good, but they do it, right?
Yeah. Speaking of which, Ryan, what you brought up in the chat earlier about trying to write original music when you're doing reaction videos to these bands.
The soul crushing endeavor of taking a video and editing it and being creative and then putting it out there and getting like 80 views in the first 6 hours. Fuck yeah, dude. Should have been like Band-Maid inspired song, and then it would have got 1,000.
That's what I did.
We should do some social experiments on this stuff, man. Just like start writing songs and put a different band as the inspiration for it in the title, and just like see what takes off.
I mean, I've literally done that before because I did do a thing inspired by Band-Maid, and
Oh yeah.
I imagine a lot of people going, "Well, this doesn't sound like Band-Maid." I know, but they inspired it.
Yeah, right. You could say that about anything, really.
Yeah.
Beatles, Band-Maid, Limp Bizkit inspired song. Here we go.
You actually took
Limp Bizkit. Is that pulling in the people now?
Yeah, I'm thinking. There's got to be a group. We can pull from each group individually to create one larger group.
A super group.
Exactly, super group of fans. Sure.
You actually
should we start with the weeks? How's our week's been going?
Well, that's right.
Oh, that's a good question.
What about you, Wave? How's yours? Do you need time to think about it?
Oh yeah, we went on a baby moon, and if you don't know what that is, I don't blame you because I didn't know what it was. But we went camping. Well, not really. We went to a cabin.
You went glamping?
Northern Wisconsin, and that's about it this week.
That's okay, nice chill weekend.
Yeah,
I mean, it sounds nice, but can you explain what's a baby moon? Like, what's the purpose of it? You were just doing it.
Our last trip before having a baby.
Oh, okay. It's like a bachelor's party, but instead of it being about a wedding, it's about having a baby.
I was confused too because like the honeymoon's usually after the wedding, but this is before the birth, so I was like,
I guess you got to do it that way though, because once the baby's there, it's like you ain't got time to take a vacation.
Somebody watch his kids so we can go.
Yeah, we're going camping. We'll be back in a couple days, baby. Don't worry. You just like stick a bottle in the crib and some a spoon with some baby food. We'll be back in a few days, bud.
I'm sure that would work out really well. I just remembered. I forgot my headphones.
Oh.
That's why
I don't know how you were hearing us then, my friend.
I'm like, why does this feel so weird? It's because I don't have my headphones on.
You got good luck in ears,
so small.
It's the first time I've ever seen Wave's ears.
Yeah. You saw him. You saw him when we were there. He wasn't wearing headphones the whole time.
How do you like him?
Very low-B. Ryan, what about you? How was your week?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. Staying busy, trying to, still working out with this brilliant decision to start doing this full time. I throw in some drawings, doing some drawing streams, which is pretty fun. I've been working on some more music, original stuff, which you mentioned earlier, which is just something I do for myself and like 5 or 6 other people that appreciate it, and I appreciate them.
Hey, 80 is a lot more than 5 or 6.
80, well, yeah. I mean,
How's it going though? How do you feel about what you're writing currently?
Actually, good. It's a lot of different stuff. I may have mentioned before how what I was doing for a while was mainly just acoustic based stuff, and then you start listening to all this music. It's like, well, it makes you want to write, but then you go to write it, and you're like, this is kind of hard to do with like one dude. and then you realize that, well, I can't write like Band-Maid does. It's just not my thing. So, I mean, you can take inspiration from them and apply it to kind of your style, but you don't want to change your style and try and copy somebody, right?
Right. It's like that sense of you want to write like, I don't know if you start with like a riff, like if I'm writing a song, I usually start with like a singular riff or whatever. But then if I'm listening to something else, I'll go, I really love like the theory behind whatever they just did right there, right? And then you can apply that to the riff that you wrote and kind of write around it.
And like layering, changing up what it goes on in the verses, or even not. Like I like the old idea of a riff based song where you got this recurring thing.
Yeah, same here.
And I like listen to that, but I also like hearing, more complicated stuff. So I try and so what I end up doing is finding a cool riff I like, but then I'll add in little harmonies or counter melodies and stuff in behind it to kind of change it up. So it's fun, man. I went live and usually with these I don't plan them ahead. I just go live and I have like maybe a beat and then I'll just start building a song. And I spent like 2 hours and I built like a whole song with 3 main parts with like 2 subparts within those, acoustic section, improv the solo over it, and just then finish up with the bass. And then so that was like 2 hours on Twitch, and then I took a video, took that and I condensed it down about 15 minutes of recording the different parts, and then have the whole track play at the end.
It's a cool little style.
It was fun to do, man. It was fun to do, fun to edit, and
So what do you do with the drums? You just program a little beat, like a little simple beat to play underneath what you're doing?
Yeah, easy drummer. Just pick which I think I'll go in and kind of tweak that a little bit. But yeah, I'll just pick a beat that's interesting and then I'll just work with that. You can find one cool enough, you can just kind of let it go through the whole thing.
That's always the problem that I had with writing songs by myself. And that's like where it comes, you're like, I don't write like Band-Maid. I can't write like Band-Maid. It's like,
yeah.
There's so many things that comes down to like the way that the drums will add to the timing of something, especially like, I mean, look at I know it's the easiest band to bring up when it comes to this, but like how would Soken and Aro write without a drummer on their side? You know what I mean? Like it would be impossible.
Juko writes all that shit. He writes all the music and he gives it to the drummer and the bass player.
How is that even? How could that
Well,
happen?
he programs Kanami does that too. She programs the drums with I don't know what the fuck they even use, but they like program the drums. And yeah, both of them, they give it to their drummer and the bass player, like, here's the music. And then the drummer's usually like, what the fuck, dude? This is insane.
Like, you just programmed something that humans are not capable of actually doing, my dude.
These guys do it. They do it, man. But that's the thing that would usually kill me because if you play guitar, you can pretty much handle the bass good enough to put down a recording. So you can do the bass, you can do the guitar, vocals if you do it. And then when it comes to drums, most people can't do it or have, you might even be able to play it, but you live in a fucking apartment or whatever where you can't really record them right. So, there's Easy Drummer, which is a super easy way you can get live drum sounds in there without sounding like electronic fucking, programmed beats.
Definitely.
But yeah, you can really, that used to be the thing that just killed any momentum I had, is trying to make it sound like realistic or sound like an interesting beat.
Same. It was always like, and I learned as I went on too, because like I would write a riff, right? I'd have a riff and I'd have the sound of it. It would be in my head, obviously, not just the sound of the riff that I wrote, but like everything that would be accompanying it. I'd have an idea, right? Then I'd go over to my band. I'd say, oh, check out this riff. Like, let's write something to it. And then the drummer would play something like completely different, even like on like even as simple as being like, it was be on the offbeat, you know what I mean? And then like suddenly that riff sounds like a totally different riff, and you're like, oh, I got to change the rest of the song now. Like, we're going somewhere a totally different road than I thought we were going down.
Yeah,
that's so interesting.
Send everything to Wave. Come on, dude, just put a beat on this.
That's so interesting because this is like that's like the part of making music that has never been a problem for me.
Right, dude. That's
like that's
funny.
Like for me, I get stuck on the lyrics. Like nothing I write is good enough because I want it to be like a compelling story, but I'm not a good story writer. So I always get stuck on
just use
that.
AI now.
ChatGPT is your friend.
Yeah.
It's real easy when you write instrumental music because you choose to, as opposed to not being able to write or sing.
Again, right there. I was about to give you credit for just trying, honestly, because I don't think I've ever written lyrics to any song ever.
Yeah.
There was one time, my buddy, we wrote a song together. I wrote most of the music, right, the instruments, and he was the bassist. I was a guitarist. So I gave him kind of what I was doing, and I said, like, like maybe add some like background stuff to it or whatever. And he was trying to write a song about his mom's passing. And that was the only time that I actually sat down and like tried to help somebody with lyrics before. And when I say that, like by the time we finished that, I added probably like 2.5% of the lyrics to it. Like I think I changed one line and like maybe a grammar error because I had nothing to offer, bro. Like zero to offer when it comes to writing lyrics.
Dude, sometimes just having a sounding board like Like for me, when I listen to something I recorded in the car with Rosie, that's when like I get super critical of myself, and that's when I
Yeah.
notice all the things that are stupid. It's like just having her there makes me think about things like, what I need to fix.
That's true, man. I do that. I grabbed Elliot. We had to go pick up food, so I had my last track I made. I'm like playing it in the car. I'm like, oh, that harmony sucks. Shit, fucking bass doesn't sound right here either. I gotta fix all this stuff, That's why when I shared it, I'm like, on my video, I said, texting him, it said final mix, probably, because it's never the final mix, dude.
You gotta always give yourself an out.
Yeah,
Always have that excuse at the end.
There's a whole, I haven't seen an actual meme, but it should be where it's like, final mix, then it's like final mix 2, final mix 3, blah, 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 blah. Then it gets where it's like just a bunch of letters because
Yes.
you're tired of typing the same fucking thing over.
That's so
Right, like it gets
You want to
less.
delete all your previous ones.
It becomes less legible as it goes.
Yeah.
Just like trying
That's
to
What
get it.
is this?
like when you get to a certain point of doing that for a while, then just releasing anything becomes the hardest part of the whole process, because you're like, I don't want to release this till it's just right, and then it's never just right.
Well,
You know what?
and I didn't even think about, because I put shit out on Spotify, and well, not just them, but like on streaming services, and this new stuff sounds nothing like it, but it sounds a little bit more like what I'm listening to compared to what I had before, right? Which is why there's a disconnect between people who watch what I like and then they listen to my music like, this isn't anything like what you like.
We
And
all got
so
different
I
skill
need-
sets.
Yeah, well, I need to get the newer stuff on there, but I always kind of, like many things, half-ass it to where it's good enough thing to show. Like, this isn't ready for like streaming. Now I got to go through everything again.
You know what though? Like I also feel like I don't know if this happens to you guys, but like a lot of the times if I'm sitting there and I'm working on a song, like one song for like several days in a row, right? Like, and you're just like, you kind of lose sight of what the song actually is because you're so ingrained into it. If you put it to the side for a week and then come back to it later, a lot of the time I'm like, hey, that's not bad. Like
Yeah,
I didn't suck as much as I thought I was sucking at that moment. You just need to like take a step away from it.
It's hard to detach yourself and listen to it as just a listener. Sometimes
Yeah.
I'll turn it up loud and I'll like close the door in the room and go in the other room and just hear it. Like, it's just a way to kind of detach. I'm not looking at fucking waveforms or anything else. It's just, you're just hearing it like off to the side, like literally, that's one way to kind of do it.
nice.
Yeah, a little peripheral listening. It's
There you
like
go, yeah.
you just hear the melodies in the back and you go, does this sound like trash? And if the answer is no, you're probably on the right track.
That's why I like to mix
Partway there.
sometimes on like a little crappy mono speaker, because
Yeah.
I'm like, if I could make it sound good on this, like quiet and like, not a great frequency range, and then it'll sound good on anything.
That's true.
Yeah. You always got to listen to like now, like on your phone, on fucking some good speakers in your car. There's too many automatic EQs going on in everything you listen to, because there's no like bass fucking sound anymore. It used to be like you throw something on your tape deck, and it's like how everything, it was all, like a tone knob.
Ryan, what's a tape deck?
I know, right? There were these things made of plastic that had tape in it. And,
Is that a skating term?
Those are the things that you collect in Tony Hawk games.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh
You
yeah,
know
you
that-
Now,
do.
like that was, you're taking like a final mix of something and put it into what was just a player with maybe an EQ on it. Now you don't put anything into a player. It all plays through streaming services who have their own compression, their own fucking EQs going on. And you have to like account for all that shit when you're trying to mix a song.
Sure.
If you don't have it mixed loud enough, nobody's going to fucking hear it, even though that may not be the sound you want,
Yeah, on those cassettes, if I recall correctly, all you had was the ability, like in your car player, to change the bass, mid, and treble. Like that's all you could do to it.
Yeah. Unless
And
you had
usually
a-
adjusting that at all was pretty bad. It would make it worse.
yeah. Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, because it's not built for that, really. Like, it's the car, you know, and it's like a separate entity trying to fix something for
Sure.
you, you know. But this kind of reminds me of, like, you know, you as an artist, I wonder if you do this, because I'm not an artist, but sometimes I have to do stuff for like thumbnails and shit like that,
Mhm.
which, you know, artistic, I would say.
Sure.
And when I, you know, like Wave saying that he has to, like, you know, he'll put in like a shitty speaker to hear how it sounds. Kind of reminds me of like when you're trying to make something like visually pleasing, and you intentionally have to like back away and make your eyes go blurry a little bit just
Yeah,
to
yeah,
see
yeah.
like the entire scope of the whole thing rather
Yeah.
than each individual
Just
detail.
checking the layout.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, does this look nice if I was like standing far away and had no glasses on? And
That's that's what that's the people that are looking at videos. They're like, what? They just go by a vague thumbnail as opposed to
Yeah.
content.
yeah, but if you're like an artist and you're like very specific about it, you're going to be spending all that time on the little details that nobody's ever going to pay attention to. They're not going to give a shit about.
I was watching this really interesting video on our baby moon. I can't remember the YouTuber that made it. I'll figure it out later. But he was talking about how something that I'm super guilty of is overcomplicating your music. And like basically his point was a listener can only really comprehend 3 things happening at one time, and like to focus on, first of all, not overcomplicating, but also what you want your song to be, and having like 3 priorities that you make sure you nail those first. And then man, I'm just butchering this. I should just find the video. But
I'm kind of curious, do you remember what the priorities, or do you make your own priorities?
Yeah.
Or is it like
it's based on what you want the song to be, but having like those goals that you focus on, and then just being okay with basically having a simple outline for what you're putting into your song, which is super, it sounds counterintuitive if you are really into music that's complex, but like even complex music has simple, like you know, simple
moments, like
not
you should be able
moments,
to
just like simple overall structure.
You should be able to strip it down to like a guitar and a person, like a melody and the vocals.
Yeah.
Like,
and
if
that should be able to be a song. Like, whatever.
If I remove all of the complicated aspects of this song, is it still a listenable track?
Right.
Yeah, like you want to know that that it is. Like, you have a crazy ass, like, look at Band-Maid. This is the easiest. Look at Band-Maid, right? Like, so let's take a Band-Maid song. You know, they have their like verse, their first verse that is usually sort of like it's built off the intro and it goes into the first chorus, right? Like, that's generally how they do it. And then when they come up to the second verse, they have a similar vibe going through it, but they usually change what the other instruments are doing and stuff like that. You'll get like the guitars playing maybe a little bit more of a lead part or something like that during that, or the drums will go into the offbeat or something along those lines, right? And it's like, those are the complicated parts right there, where they're switching up from the basic outline of what the song was. It's like, if you were to take that out, would the song still sound good? And you know, with Band-Maid, for example, that it would, because you heard it in the first verse, the simpler version of it, right?
Because the vocal line stays. That's like your the thread throughout the whole song.
Exactly. So when you get to the second verse, you could fuck around with it. You can do whatever the hell you want, because you know it already sounds good at that point, as long as you don't ruin it, you know. But you can play around with it, play with the boxes, you know, as they talk about with the rappers, you know, being in their little boxes or whatever. It's like, you could do that with the guitars. You could do that with the drums too. You know, fill in those boxes however you want to.
Okay.
Sure.
The video I was trying to think of, because I want to give this guy credit. Venus Theory was the video I was watching on musical minimalism and how to finally finish your songs. So if you actually want to hear what I did without my stupid, terrible explanation, there you go. Venus Theory.
That is intriguing.
Venus Theory, is that the channel?
Yeah.
All right.
He's kind of like a musical, what's that word? Philosopher, where he just like talks about musical ideas and just really expands on them.
Right on.
Gets you
thinking. It's pretty cool.
The guy called Jim Lill, he does a lot of experiments with tone and sound, and you may have seen him. He he takes a guitar. He's like, "Where's the tone come from a guitar?" And he gets it, takes it from like a guitar all the way down to a bridge and a headstock between two tables with nothing on under the strings, and plays it, and it just sounds like a guitar.
Hmm.
It's like, you
I
don't
think
need the
that
wood,
popped
you
up
don't
in my
need-
feed, but I didn't watch it yet.
Dude, he's a really brilliant. His videos are really really good. I just watched one where he's like, "Well, where's the tone?" Like, the point was nobody hears what's in the room. So if you're like, "Oh, in the room is like the tone in the room sounds great," it's like he's like, "Yeah, but nobody hears that unless they're there. You can't record the tone in the room because then it's a recording." He's like, "If you can send me your unrecorded tone, I'd like to hear it." But
Yeah.
you literally can't do it. So he broke
Hmm.
it down to he tested because I use an SM57 here and or 58, whatever the fuck one it is, and like those are used all the time. But there's so many different microphones, so he like tested all these different microphones, went to several different studios and tested all theirs. Tested some of the $30,000 Sennheisers that from the 50s and
There's
shit.
no way
and
any microphone
and,
could be
and
worth
he
that.
he bought a kit to build your own microphone in that style. So he built it. Then he compared them, and he's like, it's a little different, but not really that much different. And then he took the head of that mic, the diaphragm in the microphone, which actually makes a sound, put it in a freaking pop can, mounted it to the top of the pop can, put a window screen over it,
No
and
way.
it sounded exactly the same as it did with its big body on it.
Get out of
Crazy,
town, dude.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that's freaking awesome.
It's ingenuitous, and you know what? It makes me wonder, like, if all, if we could get like a bunch of engineers to just like start creating, like, to just start working in the music industry specifically, like people that were designing things for other shit, and then just like
Yeah.
start designing shit for bands instead. You could probably save like
Yeah.
just $1 billion, because obviously that guy was just like, I'm gonna put band-aids and tape around this and make it sound as good as a $30,000 piece of
Yeah.
equipment.
Well, he literally, you get a microphone, it's got a metal body on it. The thing weighs 3 pounds, and you think that's what gets the sound. It's not. It's just a diaphragm, and that's all. That's it. It doesn't need all that other shit. What makes it heavy, expensive,
The only thing
Yeah.
that's good
Don't
for
need
is when you drop it.
True.
You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, it protects it. But he was changing it, and there's like a ring around, and he's like screwing it in, and he hit the freaking diaphragm.
Mm.
He's like, well,
no.
I did exactly what I wasn't supposed to do. He's like, let's see what it sounds like anyway. It didn't affect it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, man.
Nice.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
It makes you like rethink everything that you know about like the stuff that we have to
and
purchase.
He used these the SM57s as a baseline, as like basically your baseline. He compared everything to. Because he's like, everywhere you go, there's 10 of these things laying around.
That's why I always
So-
try rip-off versions first before I get.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He had the
For anybody listening, Ryan just stood up and walked away.
like these cheap ass. Be a YouTuber.
Oh yes.
microphone.
What is that? $20?
Yeah, and if I could take the damn top off of it, it would show the diaphragm.
I have that
is
exact
exactly
same
what he.
Microphone, it's
Yeah,
just a
it's the
different
same
color.
fucking thing. Now levels are different. They record at different volumes, and he evened out the levels. He's like, that is different. If you record with this, it's going to be louder than if you record this. But when you bring them to the same level, they're getting the same, similar frequencies, not the same.
Mm-hmm,
Now kick drum mics and shit like that were a lot different. They were cutting out certain frequencies and stuff. But yeah, it was eye opening. I suggest you watch that too.
Interesting. All right,
Hey, so
champ.
the-
How was? I'm sorry. Yeah,
No,
so
no,
the
go
rest
ahead.
of
What were you
I was just gonna say, how was your week?
Yeah. I forgot we were doing that. It was fine. I've been a little bit sick lately. Just kind of a comeback of something I was dealing with earlier in this year that it just doesn't want to seem to go away. So that's been a pain in my balls. But outside of that, just working, man. Just working, going to work, actually applying for another job right now also.
Oh.
So busy with IRL stuff pretty much. I know there's a couple people in here that are over on my Patreon also. I've shut down my Patreon for at least a few weeks right now, just while I kind of catch up on all the Patreon requests that I was doing, and just try to find some money somewhere. And outside of that, though, yeah, it's just been busy, just busy doing that type of shit. So nothing interesting. I wish I could add something interesting.
I'm sorry to be such a buzzkill in the middle of that fun conversation.
No, that's okay. That's
You're like
my
all
life,
excited
man.
to say something, and then
My
I'm
life,
like,
my life
oh,
is a
my week.
buzzkill. We can blame me for that
Dude,
one.
I feel you, man. That's real life.
Sometimes that happens, man. You go through certain points in the year, and it's just like, I got to do some shit about some shit. And then all the other stuff that you want to do, you got to wait it out. And like we were talking about a couple weeks ago, everything kind of comes in ebbs and flows, right? So you get through that shit, and then it comes back, and next month is awesome, right?
Yeah.
So just got to always have that piece of information on the top of your head that's like, I don't know how, no matter how overwhelmed or stressed out you get right now, next week will be a different week, next month will be a different month, everything might be totally different in your life. So just kind of ride it out.
Yeah, that's definitely like true for me, because next month I'll have a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, your world's gonna be awesome. I'll tell you right now, it seems daunting, dude, but no matter who's trying to explain how to do whatever, you're gonna figure it out on your own. And everybody that I know is pretty much the same way. Like, I'm not responsible for this kid. Like, I'm supposed to do everything and make sure it's okay. Yeah, you are, and you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And nobody knows what the fuck they're doing, dude.
It's so true, man.
Listen to
true.
the parents. Listen to listen to whoever you can talk to, but you will figure out your own way.
Yeah, 100% agree with that. And it's also like, I mean, listen, especially when they're babies, like super, like just born. There's like you'll realize after a couple of weeks, outside of the I haven't slept since he was born, outside of that part, you'll realize like all the other things that I'm just babysitting. Like, I'm just gonna be babysitting until he's old enough to like say things and walk and stuff like that.
I mean, you're gonna want to hold your breath when you start changing diapers, but the problem with that is when you can't hold it anymore and you're in the middle of it, then you got to take a deep breath.
Yeah. How's your gag reflex?
Yeah, you can't run out of the room and take a breath.
I think I might have to get a gas
so you're just
mask.
gonna have to just get used to it, man.
A long straw that goes to another room I can breathe through.
Snorkel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cynical Beat,
thanks.
for the super chat.
Oh,
Paledusk released a collab with Cold Rain a couple days ago. Oh, we're going to talk about that, aren't we, guys?
Is that the one me and Champ listened to?
We are. We're going to have a little
gosh.
conversation about that song for sure.
We didn't just come on here with the plan to just bullshit the whole time. We do have topics.
Yeah.
No, we do. Yeah. Should we get into them?
Start it up? Yeah.
You want to start with that? We just brought it up.
Sure. Might as well.
Let me find.
All right. So, Ryan, you haven't heard the song yet, right? The Paledusk one?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so yeah, as Mr. Cynical B said, Paledusk came out with a song just a couple days ago, I believe it was, and it was a collab with the singer from Cold Rain. I don't remember his name. Masato.
Masato,
yeah. So I listened to this yesterday, Wave. I know you just listened to it about an hour ago. What are your main thoughts on this?
I guess if I had to sum it up in one word or one phrase, it would be pure insanity.
A few seconds of it.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, let's get like 5 seconds.
Muted. Right on.
Okay, that's like
pretty heavy.
That's like what, 5 seconds? But then here, let me go to like here. Okay, that sounds. Where the heck was that other part?
Just skip to like 3/4 in.
Okay. Oh, not that far.
No, that's good. That was...
Okay.
Nice. I'll have to check it out now.
But there's also some stuff that sounds nothing like that in the song. Champ, how about you take it away first? What were your thoughts on the song?
All right. Pure Insanity was a pretty good description, honestly. I was just going to say wild. It was wild. I like Paledusk a lot from what I've heard, which is only like 3 songs. And they have like this certain... They're a very unique thing to them where they're like this death metal band that has choruses that can sound like a children's nursery rhyme where it's like, I love that combination. I think it's awesome. It's always so catchy and so upbeat when they get to the choruses. This one, there was that element, that latter element to it, like towards the end of the song. But this was definitely the most chaotic of all the songs I've ever heard from them. It felt like there was multiple times where they were about to go into a melodic area, and like they tease you with it, where like you'll get this like lead guitar part that seems like it's ramping up to like a melody that they're about to play, and then suddenly it just goes right back into death metal again, and you're like, oh, never mind, I guess that didn't happen, until the very end of the song, where they're like, okay, we're gonna throw in like this melodic sort of, and it's a slow burn too in this song. It's a slow burn from the beginning to the end for them to get to that melodic part where they're singing a little bit over the end of it. But there's so many blue balls moments in this song where you're just like, something's about to happen, and then it totally does not happen.
Yeah, like the whole first half.
Yeah.
Just like, what the heck?
Yeah, so they like it's obviously, just from what we just heard right there, that's like only, even though we've selected 3 different parts of the song, that's pretty much one part of the song, and then there's like these other 2 parts of the song, one which is
I
a
just
little bit,
blew it.
I know, you don't know, because you don't know what the hell they're gonna do.
Go listen to it, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Check it out.
But yeah, they brought the sax back towards the end.
Saxophone. Shit.
Yeah, they brought the sax back. There was a little bit of piano in there when the sax came in also. It was the last like 30% of the song was definitely very different than the rest of the song. But
Yes.
they also had those little moments where you thought that the end of the song was going to come in, and it just was like, no, not this time, guys. And they just did something else instead.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Where you get like Avenged Sevenfold MCR vibes at the end there.
Towards the end when they got into the melodic aspect.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, it was a little bit of MCR for sure. You know, it was really interesting how he like the last part, when they start going into the melodic part, like I said, it was a slow burn, but they even fake you out towards the end where like he starts singing, and then like it goes to the next line of the song and he doesn't sing it, and then he starts it on the next line again, and then he doesn't sing it, and then finally like on the 4th time he sings, and then he keeps singing, and it goes into that last part where it kind of sounds like it's some MCR vibes there.
Okay.
But
yeah.
I can't listen. As much as like, you know how like sometimes you listen to a song and you'll be like, I really respect what they did, and then sometimes you listen to a song and be like, I really just like the sound of that.
Yeah.
This was the former for me, where I was like, by the end of it, I was like, I don't know how much I liked it. Like, I don't know if I want to listen to it again, but I was enthralled the entire time that I was listening to it the first time. Just like, what the fuck are they doing, man? This is some crazy shit.
Yeah, I'll agree with you there. It seems like you had a more analytical. You listened to it more analytically with the structure, like the ramp ups and stuff, because I was listening to it while we were in Zoom, so you guys were talking in the background. But I felt like the end, the last, what would you say, third? It felt completely different than the beginning of the song for me, because the beginning was so random. It felt like there were parts that almost reminded me of Radiohead with the synths and stuff. Just for like,
oh yeah, I
10
forgot
seconds.
the synths were even in there.
Yeah, the beginning was insane, and so the end almost felt like, I don't know, a lot more stagnant than the intro. So just by contrast, you know, it was like, it's definitely a linear song. It doesn't have any.
That's cool.
It is definitely linear. I thought that like, so it's like what you're saying, I agree with it, like mostly, except for the fact that I think they teased that end a couple times in the beginning and just didn't give it to us.
Yeah.
Like, but here's the thing. Here's one of the things that they did in this song that I haven't noticed them doing as much in other songs. Part of those teases were happening over the most chaotic parts of the song. So it's like you get this tease that sounds like it's going to go into that final section, which they eventually do. But over this like lead that's teasing you to do that, you get the most chaotic just screaming and chunking of the guitars behind it, and just like it sounds but underneath it, if you're really listening to it, it's like dee 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 doo, and you're like, but then it doesn't go into the next part, it just goes right back into da, 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 you know, that type of thing, and you're just like, what the hell just happened, man? Like the transitions are all like fake transitions.
That is
Interesting.
fascinating.
I gotta check it out. It sounds like a very interesting song.
How much Paledusk have you heard before, Champ?
I think I know like 4 songs.
Okay.
And I like them all. I like them all quite a bit too, actually. The difference with this one was that like the three that I had heard before, they all kind of went into that like really poppy catchy sound during the chorus, even though it's like still metal. uh they still it's very melodic and very upbeat during the choruses, while this one didn't really have chorus like that. There was like no upbeat chorus that existed in this song. It was more like the end of the song was that part. So I found this to be like a different sort of formula than I've heard in the other songs I've heard from them.
Okay.
Like Black Ice, I really really like, and it's got like this super catchy chorus, but the rest of it is metal. While this one is kind of just like a metal ramp up into like a more melodic sound at the end.
Cool.
And it definitely reminded me most of like this song reminded me more of like Maximum Hormone
Oh,
than some of their other songs, I think.
okay. Yeah, this
Have
was. I think this was my first time hearing them, so I had no idea what to expect. I was just like, "What the heck am I listening to?" But
Yeah, it was maniacal for sure. But I mean, again, I'm gonna listen to it again because it did like it kind of blew my mind. And by the end of it, I like I said, I didn't know if I liked it or not, but it was definitely intriguing
Yeah.
at the least.
I have to hear it again. You know, it was because there was so much going on. It's like impossible to even wrap my head around it the first time. You know.
Yeah, structurally speaking, there was definitely some elements of like gore, not gore metal, grindcore, you know, where like you just get these quick moments of like blast beat, and then you're like, it's over.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're like, oh, okay, yeah. Well, you woke me up, man. Like, you know, it's like that transition. It's like if you were falling asleep, you're not asleep anymore, bro. You're back into it now.
Nice. All
Yeah.
right. So I'd say we covered that pretty well.
Yeah.
All right.
What's
So
What else?
Gottschalk Spin this morning at 3 a.m. my time had
that's right.
their live stream, the 14th anniversary live. Sorry, I keep scrolling. I hope I didn't make anyone dizzy. Anyway, this will be available to stream on Zyko for the next, what is it, week?
I think I did pay for that. I got to check that out today after the podcast.
Yeah.
It's their 14th anniversary show.
Yes.
Online
here
live.
it
Do we
is.
know if there's an audience there?
I
I don't think I know people here were watching it. They'll let us know in the
yeah.
chat.
Who was
if you
there?
could. I don't
this
think there
morning?
was.
Okay, sort of like a pandemic show.
Yeah.
Kind of. I guess so. I would guess they were playing for an audience, but I have no idea. It's available till 10:15, so for a week it'll be up there on Zyko.
Cool.
Yeah, I knew there was a lot of stuff going on. There's new Niganisu, Aberina Town.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, this is what I was talking about earlier. Before we got on here, we were kind of talking about like, you know, what kind of news has been coming out today, and which is like, there's a lot of stuff that's actually happening, but it's all like we're getting a bunch of releases, a bunch of shows, you know, new music videos and stuff like that. Just like the sort of the normal stuff versus like there's not like anything like crazy happening. Just like, okay, cool. There's a lot of new stuff coming out and let's keep our eye on it type stuff.
Yeah, lots of little
Kiyoshi.
tidbits to keep track of.
Oh, there's an Emma Fila stream too.
Yeah, we got that. We're going to talk about that in a second.
Stop getting ahead of the.
Sorry, man.
Ryan's just reading the whole
Yeah.
chat.
track.
I didn't
Read
need
it,
to add the
Bruce.
Ninganisu, so we'll check that out. But first of all, while we're on Gottschalk Spin, Tomozo was selected by PRS as a Pulse artist, one of the 5 Pulse artists. So she's there with, let's see if I can say this right, Kaho from Faulu. Is that the name of the band? I've never heard of them. Then Banwata,
Sure.
and then Masato, who was that the same Masato
Yeah,
from the song we just talked about?
Yeah.
Is that Cold Rain Masato? Probably, right?
I don't see it in the thing, but
Oh.
maybe.
So that's
Could
like
be.
on the road to a signature model, yeah?
Think
Possibility?
so.
I guess so. Yeah. What does it say there at the bottom? PRS Japan supports Pulse artists' music activities, and at the same time, we will work together to make PRS even more exciting. So please support us. Well, it seems like they've kind of created their own little band, like the PRS band.
Yeah.
Like I don't think they're actually going to be playing music together.
No,
I
they're
think
not playing
that's
together.
just
It's just a
they're-
group of artists. Yeah,
I guess
Yeah, it's like they've
signature
created their
models
little
would be
all-stars team.
exciting.
it's like an endorsement, I guess,
Yeah,
without
definitely.
being like an official. It's weird. PR is kind of weird like that. Like they don't have a lot of people that they officially endorse, right? But they
I don't
got
know.
people that they show support for, which is it's cool.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Sure.
Guess maybe like
Why not?
maybe they don't get a signature model, but they get free gear or something.
Yeah, there was a description I looked up about it, but I don't. It's something like that. They like general kind of support and stuff, but
Mhm.
you know, not a official. It's just a weird little distinction, I guess.
Cool.
I feel like it's like they create like their own little Olympic team, but like they don't actually have to compete in the Olympics.
Nice.
But it's definitely given, it's given notice to these artists.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like a little, you get respect and acknowledgement from it. But
Congrats to Tomazo.
go Tomo.
All right. So, Scandal has a new music video out as well. Highlight no Naka de Bokura Zuto.
That was called Neo Future. What?
What?
You want to play a quick clip? A couple seconds?
Yes, and there's also a B-side to this single. That's pretty
Yeah,
interesting.
Candy,
called Candy.
I think.
Written
Candy,
by
yeah.
Tomomi. All right. Here, I'll play the intro here. Wait a minute. All right. All right. That sounds pretty fun.
So Ryan, you listen to this one, right?
Nope, I listened to a different one.
Oh yeah,
Sorry, I
he
listened
listened
to it, but
to
it was-
Raise a Sweelin.
No,
Oh,
I
no.
listened. Yeah, but I had heard. I said I heard the new Scandal, but I think I heard a different recent one, which was really good. Just
Was
not
it
the song.
Was it Candy? Candy's the B side from this.
No.
But I don't think you listened to a recent one, man. They haven't come out with another thing since
Okay, I
2021.
listened to a Scandal
All right.
song sometime on a live stream.
Okay, I think we could all say that, my friend.
Yeah,
It's from
well,
2010.
I did this week. Did you?
Yeah. Well, I listened to this song, so yes. No, that's
Okay,
true.
my bad.
All right, so I'll just talk about this one. I thought it was good. I liked it a lot. It kind of has that oh, you heard a little clip of it right there. It's kind of got that Japanese rock sort of jazzy funk sound that you kind of hear in a lot of that music nowadays, especially in some of the anime type songs, a little bit. But it's also got some oldies feel to it. There's a couple moments
Disco.
that totally shifted the sound a little bit, where it was like you heard a lot of what you just heard right there. The quick acoustic guitar riffing during the chorus exists, and then they have a piano in there, and they bring in a violin towards the end also. But there's also these moments where it kind of goes into this sort of oldies / punky feel, where it's like you're on a scale that feels kind of like an oldies song, but they're doing the dun 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 kind of pop punk sound also, and it kind of comes in random moments too. So it's like, just like we were talking about with Paledusk, where it's like you can't get bored because at some point they're going to throw something in there that's going to wake you right back up. That's how I felt about this song. I also thought it was like just super catchy. One of my favorite songs that I've heard from them recently, I think. Just like an overall nice vibe, good instrumentation. It felt really mature. Also, I've heard a lot of Scandal songs that they kind of go through, they have diversity in their catalog, where some of it's like really poppy, like straight up a pop song, and some of it's a pop punk song, and some of it's just like some alt rock type of deal. And this felt more like a toned down, mature sound, more so than a lot of their other sounds. I think they were kind of taking it down a notch and letting the there was good instrumentation too, but letting the sort of the sound speak for itself, kind of what we were talking about before, where there's a simplicity to it that I felt like was earned through it. And I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of their most recent stuff I've heard has that maturity, because they've kind of grown up. I mean, when they started playing, they were just kids. they kind of grown up and went through a lot of phases throughout their career, as people, and I think that shines through in their music.
Yeah, I mean, I think we talked about it a couple weeks ago, but like they're the longest lasting all female band like of all time, right?
Over 20 years.
Yeah, so you got to think like the amount, like not many bands have grown as much as they have over that amount of time, you know. And this was probably the epitome of that. I thought this song came out really, I don't know, it just sounded like, maybe it's because the way that I've been introduced to them, I've heard them from all over different moments of their career, kind of at random times. So I didn't get that sort of slow build up to where they are now. But this one came across really like respectable. Like I was listening to it and I was just like, this is just a really well written, well sang, like just a good song. I thought it was cool. I would definitely suggest listening to it.
Cool. Thank you, champ. Did you hear Candy too?
I did not. No, I didn't realize that they actually came out with a B-side until we just saw that right there. But I will be listening to that after we finish this, probably.
A couple seconds of it. Okay, I'm intrigued.
Scandal doing country?
Oh, yeah.
It reminds me of that when they did the campfire video. You guys see that one? For a TV show?
No.
Nope.
Okay. They did one of their songs acoustically around a campfire. I can't remember what it was called, but
Oh, that's cool. I kind of want to see that actually. I'm gonna look that up too.
This kind of maintains that vibe throughout the song.
Dude, I love that though. I love that. What we just heard. That sounded so good to me.
Yeah, that's sweet. All right. So check out the new Scandal. And now, what the heck is this? Dir En Grey. Let's move on to Dir En Grey. Why did I crop this like that? Can't even read the thing. There we go.
Dir En Grey.
Dir En Grey announced a European tour. Congratulations, Europe.
I thought you were gonna say congratulations, Dir En Grey.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, you went with the whole freaking continent.
I just felt that was more appropriate. All right. They'll be touring to highlight their albums Withering to Death and Ouroboros in March of 2024. And yes, we do have dates. So if you're thinking you want to see Dir En Grey, well, get on it, doggone it.
Yeah, they're all over. They're going to all the big places. Look at this. Paris, London, Berlin, Warsaw. If you're in a big city, you probably got a good chance to be able to see them if you want to. Another band that's been around for just God knows how long. Like just one of the longer lasting bands out there.
Nice. Anyone going to go see them in the chat? Let us know.
Yeah. Let us know. I wonder if we have any Dir En Grey fans out here, honestly.
They've been requested on my streams a few times. That's the only reason I've heard them.
Same, but by the same person each time.
Right.
So it might be one person going to each of our streams requesting Dir En Grey.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. All right. So Yoshiki did he do an interview with J-Rock News? I forgot to look over this article before we started. But
what's the title?
Yoshiki's mission to shatter music boundaries worldwide. Yes, it is an interview. It says right in the title. I thought that kind of sounded like what's his name? That guy, that guitarist. Anyway, sounds like
a lot of guitarists out there,
man. I mean, who doesn't want to shatter musical boundaries?
Here, let me read this. Yoshiki, one of the most influential musicians in Japan, has made an enduring impact in both the rock and classical music realms. He is renowned as the founder of the globally beloved rock band X Japan and the leader of the supergroup The Last Rock Stars, reshaping the rock genre for generations. Reshaping the rock genre for generations.
Somebody's giving a lot of credit.
I'm trying to get at through the sentence. Okay.
Maybe they're
Reshaping
still
the rock
talking about
genre for
Japan.
generations. It's hard to say this without laughing. Anyway, however, his creative prowess extends far beyond the boundaries of rock and roll. As a classical composer, Yoshiki has composed the theme song for Red Swan, popular anime series Attack on Titan, with vocals provided by rock artist Hyde. Moreover, blah 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 blah.
All
So-
right.
So he's just basically, if you scroll down a little bit, way of for me, please. Yeah. So I looked through this before. Basically, he's just going on talking about how he thinks that there's a bit of a box around what rock music can be, and he wants to be able to break out of the box and create like a, not have to fit into just like a singular genre. He wants that genre to expand and be more popular and stuff like that, and have more different types of attributes to it rather than what we just already know of it.
That would be
we
cool.
we know Yoshiki. We know that, like, as much as we kind of tease about the last Rockstar song and stuff like that, we know that he's a super talented guy. He's like one of the godfathers of music over there, and
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
he's clearly got faith in himself to be able to do something like this. So
Yeah, I'm still going with the last Rockstar's theme song was a total joke. Like meant to be
you
a
mean
joke.
like intentional joke?
Yeah. I guess that did kind of sound like another insult, but no.
It's hard to say a joke
It's
without
pretty
it sounding like an insult. But I mean, well, listen, if it wasn't a joke and you believe that it was a joke, that is an insult regardless, right? But
Yeah.
I think that if you listen to like what he's saying here and kind of wanting to break free of the formulas, I could see him having taken that song very seriously and thought that was like a step in the direction of kind of doing something different, which
TikTokable.
it was. Yeah, like it was definitely something different, and I just not sure it was something for me or you or Ryan or Alan.
Well, I mean, if you look at it, it says he's the first Japanese artist to have his handprints at the Chinese Theater in Hollywood.
Ooh.
I mean, that's something, He's
Yeah.
going to do a tour where he's going to be playing Royal Albert Hall in London, Dolby Theater in LA, and Carnegie Hall in New York doing classical music. I mean, it's a pretty big accomplishment, man. The dude, wherever he plays, he still sells thousands of tickets.
Yeah, because he's the fucking man. Like, and that's the thing. So it's like, again, like we tease, but in reality, it's like he's done everything that there is to do in the music world, and now he's trying to do new stuff. And I completely respect and support his need to do that. Like, he's doing that boy band thing too, right? Like, I don't know if they came out with a song yet, but he's got a whole ass boy band coming out, and I am curious to hear what it sounds like.
I'm not.
even if the last Rockstar song wasn't a joke, I mean, I have countless songs on YouTube that we could go and roast for just being total cringe. So you can't blame him for having one bad song out there, even if it is a serious one.
I don't know. He's one of those guys where I do respect the hell out of him, but I can't listen to any of his music.
Any of it?
There's a lot of artists like that, dude.
There's not like one extra pan song that you're like, hey, I like that one.
No, there's some, but it's nothing I like. Like after that solo stuff, it's always just not in my wheelhouse.
Mm-hmm. I think we've talked about this before too. Sometimes it's a little hard to go back in time, like that far in time, to listen to something, because music has changed quite a bit, and there's stuff that obviously we will always love from back then, but we've been really spoiled recently.
Yes, that's true. Sometimes it's almost more fun though to go back to like watch stuff that is cringy and just roast it,
It's so true.
like even if I don't think that was a great song, it was still so much fun to record the reaction to it and then talk about it with you guys. So bringing joy to the world.
Okay.
I am currently trying to find the name of this boy band, because apparently they have a single out already that Yoshiki wrote, and I'm super curious, like what a Yoshiki written boy band song is going to sound like.
Sound
Like,
like every other
do you think so?
boy band. I don't know.
Or do you think that he would like go out of his way to try to make it sound? It's called Project X.
It's called Toshiki Soejima. I found a video. They're like playing instruments and stuff.
Are they? Interesting. Maybe that's not
Yeah.
it though.
Well, I don't know. Let's put in Toshiki boy band. It came up. I don't know.
Hmm.
It's Toshiki Soejima.
The band is called XY.
Oh, they're gonna be androgynous. Probably.
Isn't Yoshiki already?
Right.
Here, Crazy Love is the name of the video. Wave, can you pull that up? I want to hear like 5 seconds.
Crazy Love. What's the name of the band?
XY Crazy Love. It came out
XY.
3 months ago. I can't believe we haven't given this a second of our time so far.
All right.
We talked about the existence of this so much and then didn't even bother to like listen to it at all.
Oh boy.
All right, let's see what we
Oh
got.
my God! Did you see that? You know what this
Let's
means? They're
skip to the
taking all
middle.
our money.
We don't need this.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
sounds like a boy band.
There she is. There she is. Yeah, that did. It sounded like one of those boy bands that I've heard a million versions of, and they don't. I got to listen to the rest of the song, obviously, but I was kind of hoping to get like just something that I wasn't expecting in that 5 seconds right there. You know what I mean? Just like maybe there would you'd hear a pinch harmonic.
Just a pinch harmonic to make everything.
Yeah, like
better.
like you get the choreo and the boy band sound, and then suddenly, bing! And you're like, whoa, okay, I'll listen to the rest of this.
Even yeah,
Yeah,
dude, my
yeah.
brain is like not working today.
Well, I could help you out here. Why don't you go to the next thing? I'll read it for
Yeah,
you.
Deviloof, sparking some critical thinking. This one actually is really interesting.
Okay, well then you read this one because you seem to be intrigued.
So the single is "Everything Is All Lies," which, I mean, sounds fascinating to me. The artwork is Nyarlathotep, which is a deity known for manipulating humans toward destruction and chaos in the I don't know what that says.
Cthulhu mythos.
Mythos? Anyway, sounds like a really interesting concept for music.
Have
do
you
you
guys
guys
listened to Devil Wolf before?
A
Yes.
little bit.
It scared me.
What do they sound like?
I don't know.
Dark?
It's heavy.
I guess heavy and dark is what I remember.
Okay,
Devil
I've definitely
Roof.
never heard. I've heard of them. They were playing at a couple of those festivals that we looked at earlier in this year, but I've never actually heard any of their songs. They definitely look like they're going to be a death metal band. Look at that! Look at
Heavy,
the
growly,
fonts.
screamy. I mean, it's pretty hardcore shit.
You can still
Yeah.
read it though.
I mean, I could if you'd leave it in.
What do you want?
Scroll down.
Believe it.
Scroll down just a little bit. I want
Put
to
the
see their
words there,
logo.
and I'll
Oh, there
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, you can read Deviloof, but that is
Devil Roof.
the epitome of a death metal font right there.
That's way too legible.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That could be way less legible.
They need to squish the letters together.
Needs more shrubbery. That's what they'll look like, is leafless shrubbery.
So accurate. It's probably a translation thing, right? Like they're Japanese writing an English word, so they have to make it a little bit more legible than an English speaking person would right off the bat.
Everything is all lies. Wow.
Everything is all us.
So if you're a cynic and if you want some new music, go check that out. Now, Trident has a also new music video out.
Ooh,
dropped-
I
This
did
is what I
not
was-
see this yet.
I think this is what I was thinking of when I said I'd watch.
Oh yes,
Cannibal.
Neo
Actually,
Future.
watch Trident.
That is the title you said. Trident with Neo Future. Should we check out a snip snap?
I definitely, yeah. Let's hear Snip Snap.
Oh,
Middle.
this is just a photo.
Middle.
So
Oh, it's not actually the song.
hey, old Mr. B is in the comments.
They tricked you because it's the thumbnail for the song.
Yeah, it
If
is.
you
I'm
click
like
here, it'll
clicking
play.
on it. It's just getting bigger. Here, let me.
So you heard this then, Ryan?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Oh,
I liked it, man. It's really good. What was their last one? Was it Spoopy? Was their last single?
I think they had one after that.
One between there. Yeah.
Yeah.
They thematically it sounds like similar production, which I liked. I mean, if you like Spoopy and the one in between there, it's kind of there's some synth going on, but it's synth I like.
cool.
Okay.
There's some heavy moments in it, but there's still some heavy moments. It's not like all together a heavy song, but there's some really cool transitions going on.
We've skipped to like a 2:15.
2.
It's like always the best part of every song.
Okay, that's good to know.
Ready? Oh, we went,
Ooh.
And it's not a heavy moment.
went right into the chorus there.
So yeah, you got that, and then there's some other moments where it gets pretty heavy, man. It's cool.
I heard some boop, 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 boop,
I
boop.
enjoyed it.
I love boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doos. Okay, cool. I definitely want to hear that. They're a good band, man. I think that they're probably really underrated in comparison to a lot of the other bands that we end up talking about a lot.
I want to hear just a little bit more, if that's all right.
Yeah, go nuts.
Of course, I choose the part of the song that has like 3 seconds of silence.
Yeah.
There you go. Before we
Ooh,
get
those are some sick riffs.
Dude, there is something about like just a song where they're willing to let the space ring out for a second. I don't know what it is, man. I love hearing, like, especially in a chorus part where it's like you get the da-na-na with the guitar, but then it's gone for the last nah. You know what I mean? And then you just let
Sure.
the vocals
last
take
nah.
over with the drums.
some room to breathe, man.
Yeah, a little bit of room to breathe. And I think there's a lot of metal bands that are really scared to put room to breathe in places. Like they feel like it's going to be too empty there or something like that. But just hearing that small section right there, I loved how it sounded just because of the breaks in the guitar.
Sweet.
Hell yeah.
All right. So, Lisa has, I think, released 2. Oh, wait a minute. First of all, Homera music video hit 300 million views.
Wow.
Jesus.
Dang.
Jesus. I wonder what the first take is at now. I'm going to look that up while you're talking about this.
Yeah. Curious. Anyway, it looks like she got this commemorative JPEG from YouTube. 300 million
nice.
views or whatever this is.
That's nice of him.
Yeah.
Wow. Damn, her videos do so well, bro.
Yeah.
Like just incredible. I mean, just the first take performance alone has 63 million views. Music videos
Wow.
got 300 million. Like she gets K-pop numbers.
Andrew, thank you, Andrew, by the way, for getting some of this news put together last week when we missed the show. But on the last song, the Trident song, Neo Future, Andrew said, "Personal note, I love this band. Please consider a reaction video for this song." So take a note of that. Also, this
maybe one
song,
day, Andrew. The Lisa, did you say a commemorative JPG?
No, I just made that up because of this.
Oh, okay. I was like, because that's a thing, bro. I was like, please tell
Doesn't
me
that
she's
look
not actually
what,
giving
like
that
what
out.
this is? It's got the YouTube logo. I don't know.
Yeah, it does. You're right.
But Andrew has another note for this song. If you have seen the anime, try listening to this song without crying. So a little challenge. I haven't seen it.
I've seen the first 2 seasons. I still need to watch the most recent one, but the song is awesome. I mean, I don't recall this song being it. I remember grunge being the intro.
Yeah.
For season 1. I don't remember. Maybe Homura was like an ending one, or maybe it was the season 2 one. I don't really recall. But yeah, man, they're definitely both emotional songs. Homura is in the movie. Okay, thanks, Keemstar.
Oh, there's a movie and a series. Okay. I always get confused when that happens. And then aren't the movies just like a bunch of the series put together?
Yeah, the movie for Demon Slayer was the first, I think, 6 or 8 episodes of season 2 of Demon Slayer.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Interesting. All right. Mamara Clover Z has some news. There's an interview, 15-year idol journey of vibrant music, interview with J-Rock News. That's pretty sweet. J-Rock News has had some pretty huge interviews recently.
Who is this? What's her name?
Memorial Clover Z.
All right.
Simno showed me a lot of their music on live stream.
Oh, so you're the only one that knows them. What do you got for us, Wave?
Well, they're absolutely massive, dude. They sell out like these massive stadiums in Japan, and it's just like it's a very bright, colorful experience. They all have their own color, like rainbow theme, and it's I think the last video I watched, there were like 130 members on stage in the band at once. Yeah,
Jesus.
They have like a massive band, a choir backing them, and
wow.
I'm sure they didn't start that way. They've been together for 15 years now, which this is their 15-year anniversary. But
so you've heard a good chunk. You said it's very like J-pop sounding.
Yes, yeah, very
Okay.
like J-pop idols.
But not like, okay, because like when we talk about idol groups, for example, sometimes we're talking about like Bish and Broken by the Screen.
No, not anti-idols.
Oh, okay, not all idols, just regular, just regular J-pop idols. So somewhere like Perfume or like AKB48.
Oh
You
yeah,
guys
yeah.
no other. Yeah.
Wow, they started performing on the streets in Yoyogi Park. Simno's the one to ask for questions about Memorial Clover Z.
Okay, good to know. Yeah, Simno says the best Japanese idol group. I'm surprised I've never heard of them, honestly. Nobody's even. I've never even heard their name before, which is crazy. Like I've heard so many idol groups at this point. I can't believe I missed this one.
Like, yeah, it seems like a lot of the idol groups that I heard before this were, idol groups mixed with something else, like baby metal, mixing idol with metal, and then all the spin-offs of that. So I think this might be the purest idol group I've ever heard.
Have either of you guys listened to Perfume before?
Yeah, I did actually.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, that's what I'm imagining right now, Ryan. Like Perfume, but with 150 people on stage. Apparently, I don't know how you do that stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. I like Perfume, but I heard it's pretty cool.
They do more. They covered. I don't know who the Garlic Boys, but apparently they collabed with Kiss though, which is pretty crazy.
The Garlic Boys. Okay, I've watched them once.
Collabed with Kiss.
Made me hungry.
Kiss,
oh, yeah.
Kiss still plays music.
Didn't
They will milk that until they die, dude. Eventually, they're just gonna have other people in costume, and they're just gonna call it Kiss. People will still go to the shows.
Oh, you're so true. It's you could do that. That's the thing. You could do that. That's what we're talking about with baby metal. I'm wondering if eventually they're going to do that too.
Yes, that's what I was talking about too. Watching them when Chibi Metal came into their Baby Metal Begins show, and it felt like they're setting up because they're having Chibi Metal be their younger selves. It feels like they're setting up like the future of the franchise.
That's kind of how I feel about it too. Like I think that my assumption is that the baby metal that we know already is going to continue as they are, but probably have a bit more of a mature sound as they get older, and then they're going to like kind of reset the baby metal world, the original one that we know, with younger people, because you can just kind of like, when you have a gimmick that's strong, like we were talking about with Kiss, you can kind of
G word.
Gimmick is a good word in my mind.
I know.
They're gonna Star Wars baby metal.
See, that would be cool. They could do shit like that. Like they could have like the space version of baby metal out there. And it's like the same fucking shit, except you've got like space theme everywhere.
Oh, I just meant like continuing it without the original members.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, but now I'm attached to my idea of a space themed baby metal.
Oh, it's a metal verse, right? It ain't just freaking
true. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's a good point. All right. How do we get on baby metal?
That's my fault.
That's all right. Okay. So Sega has a new song out just 1 year ago. Wait. Okay, this must not be.
I don't just 1 year ago.
It's that their song is going to be used on a Kengan Ashura anime.
Okay, thank you. Yes.
That's pretty cool, man. It's going to be used. If you're not familiar with the show, it's a show about fighters. fighting for different corporations, really. So, but every time a character comes in, they have a theme music, and their song's gonna be used for one of the characters, which is cool because the song's pretty badass.
That's actually awesome. Just like what you just explained right there. That makes me want to watch the show.
Dude, it's a great show. I like it.
Oh,
When you say fighting, what do you mean? Like
Fighting, like fucking in an arena, freaking
like
just
Street Fighter.
beating the shit out of each other.
like MMA style? Like,
Yeah, with
Cool.
some kind of supernatural shit thrown in here and there. It's pretty cool.
Oh, that sounds sick, actually. And
It
Baby
is,
Metal's
dude.
doing the ending theme song of that.
No,
Band-Maid.
Sega.
I'm
Their
sorry,
song
Band-Maid,
"Right
you said.
On." Will...
Band-Maid for the second season, they're doing the ending theme song.
Oh,
I don't know who does the opener. The opening song's good, but then this is going to be used for one of the characters when they come in. I wonder if that's going to be a thing where they're going to have like actual
Dude, do
like
it.
bands come in for these characters. That'd be awesome.
Yes. See, that would make me watch the show too
Dude.
immediately.
Wait, just do the intro of this video, Wave.
this will be huge for them though. They're just over 3,000 subs. That's pretty cool.
Dude, yeah,
All right.
they're making some waves. They're a kick-ass band. I saw them over when I was in Japan.
Paul says the opener is sim.
Ooh, sounds pretty sick.
And dude, her
Gotta love some rap.
Regan's vocals are she can sing crystal clear, but then she will rip your damn face off. Like she has one of the most powerful growling vocals I've ever heard, dude. She does not sound like
Really?
does not sound like a girl.
I still haven't heard them yet, too. Okay, now you're getting me not only
I love
excited
them,
about
man.
this band, but excited about this show. The concept of like a different band that we know playing like each of these fighters in the shows to the ring is
would be
such
cool.
a cool ass concept that like now if it doesn't happen, we would be a little disappointed. But like the fact that this is a good start right here, man. This is a good start. Gensai Seigon here for one of the fighters.
Yeah, I haven't heard of. It's the first I've heard of that being done. I mean, for the show, I don't know if there's other ones or not.
Ah, interesting.
Cool. All right. What do we got next here? Addo will release the opening theme song for Spy X Family. Is it Spy X Family or just Spy Family? Season 2 on October 5th. And
Oh, yeah, whatever Otto does is going to be freaking huge.
also,
Yeah, if it's in a anime, 3 times as huge too.
right. And dropping a new album December
Shit.
13th called
So this is just
There
the
goes
teaser.
our top 10.
What'd you say?
Otto.
Let's play this whole teaser since it's only like 10 seconds long. Or
All
whatever.
right.
揺れた愉快な世界にサブの前な黒でサンスクリット級飾りじゃないのよ涙は神っぽいな少年卑怯神っぽいな Oh Mr. Crazy Villain yeah
Dude, she is so
She-
powerful with her
she's-
vocals, man.
She's too good.
Oh, she did that slide again like she does in the beginning of Top Musica.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that was like a piece of each of like I guess the 8 songs that are gonna be on the album or whatever.
Great.
15
Her voice is crazy.
Wow.
I know that's what it's like the least surprising person to get as popular as she did when you actually hear the talent that comes out of her.
Yeah.
You know, because that voice is nothing like anything else. It's there's nobody that sounds like that, man.
Yeah, I was sitting on the couch watching it. I picked one of her videos, was watching it. Man, it's like, what is this? That sounds really cool. I'm like, really?
Nice.
Wow.
Dude, that's always satisfying.
Okay, so the whole album is a cover album, apparently.
Cover album.
Mm-hmm. If we're listening to our chat right now.
Cool.
But that's cool. She does covers. She does quite a bit of covers, and we've heard a couple of them. Some of them get even more popular than her original music, so
All right.
not a bad idea for her.
Wait.
What?
I don't know. I'm trying to read the chat and I can't.
Oh, Russ
read it.
Henry's
Anyway.
here. Says the King and Assure soundtrack is massive. Fate Gear, Bright Ear, Undead Corporation. Wow. Right on.
Oh, nice. Okay, that's why I was confused. I thought they were talking about that was the cover album. Okay. So the Addo one is the cover album.
Right? Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
Okay. Sweet. So Sukin and Naru had a little behind the scenes video of a music video they're working on.
Ah,
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought this was a cool little clip.
there's a. If you ever get a chance to see them live, anybody, freaking do it.
Uh,
Even if you're just like a kind of a casual listener, you will be thoroughly entertained.
Isn't it interesting that they're just shooting on like a camera like that?
Yeah,
Just like one
DSLR.
camera, just like one scene, and they do like 10 seconds. They just film like that 10 seconds, and then they're done. They show them this is good 10 seconds, and they move on. For some reason, whenever they film like when you watch like a music video where it's a band and there's not much like to the story, it's just like the band playing on the stage or in the room that they're in or whatever. I always kind of assume that it's like one long, like they're playing the song, you know what I mean, and then they edit it and cut it up at the end. But this is like the opposite of what I expect, where it's just like they're just gonna film like 10 seconds at a time and then move on to the next scene.
Well,
that could just be them
surprised.
checking the lighting and stuff. You don't know what the fuck they're doing.
True.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. It could be just that.
That's
I think it
probably
would be
didn't
a
go to print
lot
right there.
faster to just play the song like 3 times and have your videographer like at different focal lengths each time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
put all the responsibility on the video guy and the editor.
Yeah,
we'll just
that's
sit here
a
and
lot
preach
of
them a lot.
editing. So if
Yeah,
they're
right.
not all like lined up with the track.
Yeah, that's cool. I like seeing the behind the scenes for the music videos. You get that in K-pop a lot. Like a lot of the
Yeah.
big K-pop groups, they drop like behind the scenes of like all their music videos. You don't get that a lot with the J-metal or the J-rock.
Yeah, cool. It's interesting that, because you kind of suspend your disbelief when you watch a music video like this where they are performing. You're like, oh yeah, they're really playing. But to show the behind the scenes like this, just like break the fourth wall. It's pretty.
Yeah,
nice.
right. Like him faking playing.
Yeah.
it is funny. Like that that's happening, but when you actually see it, you're like, oh yeah, he's not actually playing.
Especially since they're a band that's like so incredible live. They could do it easily.
I wonder how much effort they actually bands put into like looking like they're hitting the right notes when they play.
I think a lot do. I don't know. Because people learn, they learn songs from watching the videos, right? Even if they're not live. And sometimes I think the band knows if there's a certain shot showing what their fingers are doing, I imagine someone like Juco doesn't want the wrong shit being shown on screen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Well, you'd think it would also be really hard to pretend you're playing the guitar and not play the right thing when you know how to play the song.
That's also true.
You know?
Like, I don't know if I would be able to half-ass a solo,
yeah. What are you doing?
Like I know where my fingers are supposed to go. Why would I put them anywhere else? Right?
You
Because
don't have to worry
like
about pricking it properly or,
yeah, I guess it depends though, because I'm just thinking of like, if you watch like, for example, the Dissension video for Nemophila, they zoom in on the girls playing the guitar solos the whole time. So you know that they're playing exactly what you're supposed to hear. But then when you listen to like Atabana and you watch that video, everything's done in like half slow motion. So like they really didn't have to play anything because it's all the video is not connecting to the song anyway.
You know what's funny? I thought for years that the solo in "Smells Like Teen Spirit" was like played up on the neck with all the hands on the neck because there's a shot of Kurt Cobain like doing that in the video.
That's
I'm like,
hilarious.
oh, that's what he's doing, and he's not doing that shit. It's just Cobain fucking around, like
I love
Just
how,
trying to look cool.
how he
like, wow,
just
you got to
trolls.
do something up here.
It's like that time they were forced to lip sync,
That was
like with the
hilarious,
music, and so he's just doing a bunch of random crap.
Load up on God. Just sang it all
Like, the
gothic and
only
just
thing
went
you
like
could-
this the whole time.
Yeah, like they made him sync the music, but he still had to sing.
What was this
Yeah.
for? What did they have to lip sync for?
It was in the UK, wasn't it? I
Oh
think it's
no!
somewhere in the UK, just to show that the bands never played. Like the drums will be live, but everything else will be the backing track. Like, no, everything was a backing track except the vocals is what it was.
That seems
So,
so
yeah.
difficult.
They all just like were doing just straight, just whatever the fuck they wanted, and he was singing like "Load up on guns."
Is that-
bring a friend,
Can we
da, da, da.
show that to Champ? Or, I'm sure it's copyrighted.
It's an awesome clip, dude. It's awesome.
I'll watch it on
TV
my
show.
own time.
I just
I don't
wanna
want us
know
to
if
get
it's
blocked
on-
for it, but I'd be pissed if I were them. Honestly, I'd be like, no, I'm not. We're not.
Oh, yeah.
That's why
doing
they're
this.
like, okay, we'll do it. We're gonna completely fuck it up, dude. It was awesome.
This is
Yeah, man.
the thumbnail. The classic
Nirvana
It's got
Butcher
the-
smells like Teen Spirit.
aviators on. Yeah, you gotta watch that.
Okay, he's looking like Mitch Hedberg in that thumbnail right there.
Yeah.
I always thought Muse, because I was a huge Muse fanboy, I always thought they were being original when they did that, but then I realized they were just copying,
When they did
Kurt
what?
Cobain.
Butcher
When
a song
they-
on
They do the
purpose?
same thing.
when they were forced to lip sync and they just made a complete mockery of it and made it so obvious that they weren't playing.
Awesome.
I feel like I would want to do that too, just to say, like, just so that the people that are watching know that I'm not like trying to fake them out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because that would be the worst part. Like, you don't want your audience to try to think that you're
Yeah.
trying to trick them.
What's
So you
more
got to
rock
be
and
as
roll than that?
blatant as possible to let them know that you're absolutely not trying to trick them in any way.
Yeah. I mean, that's rock and roll, isn't it? Just no BS. Sticking it to the man.
It is. That's the mentality, man.
And they did the
fuck
whole
the
song that was cool because they didn't like cut them off or whatever. They kept up the whole song, so you get like this cool, like this weird recording because the music's there.
Well,
And you have
some
these
of the
weird
guys
vocals
running
the
that
whole
thing probably couldn't even tell. Yeah.
Yeah,
the
you're right.
lights
They probably
on.
didn't even listen to their fucking music, right? They're just
Right.
like, sorry guys, you can't play live.
Yeah, I love that.
The funny thing about it is too, like, you could probably, if they wanted to, they could like switch instruments. They could get like Dave Grohl to grab the guitar or the bass or do the vocals, probably,
Oh,
and
yeah.
like switch stuff around if they really felt like it. They could have.
That's what Muse did. They switched instruments for
That.
spot. The bassist was on guitar and the lead singer was on drums. And they, the host of the show was just like thought the drummer was the lead singer, and you can really tell like how those shows do no research and don't know at all who they're having on their show.
It's always those TV programs, you know. It's like it's the ones that are like set up for not for a musical performance, but for the visual aspect of it, right?
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, because the same shit happens over with the K-pop groups where it's like, you know, they do their own show and they're doing their vocals at their own show and then they have to go on like some award ceremony or some shit like that, and you know that they're lip syncing. You're just like, I don't even want to watch this. Like, this ruins it entirely
Yeah.
for me.
Not authentic.
No, it's not. But that's why I actually appreciate what Nirvana and Muse did in those situations to tell us,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
we didn't want to do this either.
Like, how could we add authenticity to this absolute theatrical joke?
Yeah, exactly. And it's by making sure that everybody knows that it's a theatrical joke.
Cool. All right. Reza Sweetland released a new track called Twin Tail. And Ryan, you listened to that one just before we started, didn't you?
Yeah, I just checked it out before we went on. It was really cool, really good song, man. I liked it.
Sweet.
Definitely worth checking out. Everything I've seen from them has been pretty impressive. And this was I don't know, through the course of one song you get a lot of stuff to listen to. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot going on. There's a pretty prominent synth riff that kind of carries throughout it.
Yeah.
A couple times coming back and forth. It reminded me of there are like moments where I was like getting Gatrick spin vibes, and then other moments where I was
Definitely.
getting passcode vibes.
Oh,
I was
really?
like,
thinking
if
the
you-
same
if you-
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, you take Gatrick spin and put them with passcode, and you get this song. This was actually probably the song that I've heard from them that I thought was the most impressive.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear it. I wanted to hear it, but then Ryan chose it, so I had to listen
You
to
can
the
still
other.
listen to it, Wayne. I can't stop you.
I'm just messing with you. Cool. Twin Tail. What? How? My YouTube's acting funny. I'm like not subscribed to these bands anymore, and I know I've subscribed to them.
Huh.
What are
Maybe
you
you're on the
doing,
wrong account.
YouTube?
Happens to me sometimes.
Oh. Well, it says I'm on my main account, but that could be just who knows. Anyway. All right. And of course, Paledusk, which we already talked about. So that's it for the news. Band-Maid news. Ryan?
Band-Maid news. Band-Maid still grinding it out, man. They are playing show after show. A lot of people, I mean, they're playing Japan, so a lot of people I know over there are going to see them, which is cool. Robert Gilly Martineau, a friend of mine who lives over there, has been giving me some information. Let's see, capacity of the coming concerts. Akita was only a 300 capacity venue that they're playing. They played the 7th. They played yesterday. Mistake Akita concert. 300 capacity, dude. Can you imagine that? Seeing them 300 capacity.
Oh, dude, no.
300. That's like this.
That's like
That's so
1/6 of what we're used to now.
Oh, it'd be so amazing. 1,500, 500, 500, 1,500. So from 300 up to 1,500 capacities.
That's
awesome.
pretty cool.
On the set list for the last show, they did 23 songs again, but it's the first one where they played all 4 of their new songs together: Memorable, Shambles, Go Easy, and Brightest Star. Dude, they still have songs I haven't freaking heard yet.
What
People are hearing.
Go Easy and Brightest Star?
Yeah.
There's 2 songs that they've played in Japan that aren't released yet?
Yeah.
Wow.
Brightest Star is a Miku-led song.
Wow. That's cool. Though,
And then the other one to Go Easy is going to be. Is that
that's tied to the anime, right?
Yeah, it's an anime one, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
they're kind of creating a Band-Maid mythos right now because they
man.
know people can't film on their phones over there. And
Yeah.
they're playing songs. They know the news is going to make it to their other fans and that they're going to like really want to know what's going on. It's kind of a clever way to build hype, just creating mystery around it.
It is, but I'm slowly getting more and more agitated that I don't know what these songs sound like.
Yeah.
I know. I want to hear him so bad. But we also, last week was Kanami's birthday.
Yes.
So,
And
happy birthday to Kanami.
Happy birthday, Mincho.
she's got a cake.
Look at that cake, man. It's so cute.
It is adorable.
Guitar. Why isn't she on the PRS
I don't know what
list?
character that is, but
That's
super
that's
cute.
her. That's
Yeah,
Kanami.
she's got the bonnet.
Yeah, she's wearing the outfit. She's got the guitar in her hand.
Konami in Winnie the Pooh form.
You think that guitar is edible?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I want to eat a guitar.
Ooh, it's strawberries. Strawberry cake.
Very cool. Yeah. So happy birthday to Kanami.
oh, somebody in the Surfing a Songwave says one of their shows had 7 members of Konami's family there. I know
Aw.
I think Bahoji-san mentioned that Miko's family was at one of the shows too. So I mean, it's cool that their families are showing up to support them at these shows too, man. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Mm,
Wasn't there
definitely.
a letter too this week? Was that what this was about?
Yes, there was a letter from Konami this week.
Nice.
You got that over there?
And- Yeah, I got it.
Konami's from Akita, huh? That's the name of my favorite Japanese restaurant in in St. Paul.
Hmm.
So this is Konami. Today we had Okuji and Takamatsu. Speaking of Kagawa, udon noodles there. They're very happy because they had some good udon. 28th is my birthday, so got to celebrate it with everyone today. First of all, after the rehearsal, I was served a cake prize. And the cake was of her favorite Koji holding my costume and guitar, wearing my costume and guitar. She was so happy and so impressed.
What's a
Okay,
Koji?
Koji.
Yeah.
Apparently, Koji is a show.
Oh, okay.
So, but she goes on to say she will continue to work hard to compose music that will bring energy to all of you and grow as a guitarist. She's still trying to grow and learn.
Nice. Well, her favorite guitarist is Santana, right? And he
Yeah.
still takes lessons, doesn't he?
Oh, I don't know.
Who the
Sounds
fuck
like
is
himself.
teaching Santana how to play music?
I know.
Like, how good would that person have to be?
But here's a cool thing. She says, right now, in parallel with the tour, we are also making songs and recording, and every day is a whirlwind, but we'll do our best with all our efforts together.
Yeah, in parallel with the tour. That's what's so crazy to me about this, because it seems like they're writing these songs like on the fucking tour bus as they travel around
Yeah,
the
let's
world.
play it tonight.
Right? And filming music videos like in the middle of Nevada.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's not like they're, like a lot of bands, they go on their tour, they come back, they spend 8 months writing an album. They're like, no. We're going to write the album while we're on tour so that when we get back, maybe we could, release it.
Never stop working. My gosh.
Yeah, dude. They're hardcore. What can I say? They go hard.
Sweet.
Yeah. So that's what I got for them. A couple other things I want to mention. Aside of Band-Maid, I mean, I will say them. They're just kicking ass and touring like crazy. But I want to mention my friend of the show, friend of mine, Peter Lim. He's been catching a lot of bands. He's part of the Made News Network, but he's been helping out a lot of bands and seeing a lot of bands on tour in Japan. The Shiglapes, Hades. There are two of them he's been doing a lot with. He's had some interviews. He's done some interpreter work. So he's doing a lot, man, to try and push these bands that don't have a big following right now. He just doing the work. It's pretty cool.
That's awesome, man.
Oh yeah.
So check
Well
out
done.
Made News Network and Peter Lim on Twitter. He's got a lot of stuff on there about these bands.
Yeah. Oh, congrats to Made News Network. 2,500 subs.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Building it up.
And what else? Oh yeah. When I was in Japan, Tyler, who was key in getting me there, he had been in communication with a bass player and artist there. And I got to meet her and talk to her. Her name's Lynn. I think I gave a link to you, Wave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is one of the bands.
Yeah, this is her. This is Lynn. She's plays bass, writes some music, and she's an artist too.
Contrabass.
And I got to sit down and talk with her as much as we could, using a lot of DeepL Translate. And then I wrote up some questions and sent to her, and she has answered them. And so it's more or less an interview with her, and I'm going to put that up in an article on gaijinguys.com.
Cool.
So we'll
So
have an article there so we can see. I think she may be making a video response too, but since I have the questions now, I'll just write up an article and share.
Yeah. But as of right now, just keep gaijinguys.com bookmarked, and obviously you could just find that whenever it goes up.
That's a great
Yeah,
idea.
but she she's very interesting, has a lot of music that talks about like stuff she's doing now is kind of her and a guy, just the two of them, and the guy has an acoustic guitar, and he kind of does spoken word stuff, and she does kind of melodic just melodies over the top. Everything is pretty interesting stuff, but there's a lot of talk about life and death and why we're here and all sorts of stuff. So it was cool to meet somebody, and there's not a lot of followers right now, but she's been doing this a long time. So, hey,
Nice.
Let's see if we could help her a little bit. Let's play 5 seconds.
super sweet, super interesting to talk to. So it was cool to meet somebody like that.
Nice. Oh, cool. Doing the finger tapping, sliding stuff.
Can you skip to the part where there's like music?
Was that too quiet?
All I heard was 2 bass notes. Okay.
Nice.
Very instrumental heavy. I'm guessing no vocals.
Yeah. Yes, this is a cello, double bass, and contrabass.
Sweet.
But then there's
two basses.
Yeah, there's stuff like this. Then there's stuff where it's just her with the guitar. There's some older stuff. What's the name of the band? Where she was part of a band that had some pretty crazy stuff going on. So she's a very eclectic musician.
Cool.
Gotcha. Cool. All right, sounds good, man. Cool.
Looks like a pretty talented.
Give her a little listen if you're interested, guys.
I also saw in the chat, Yoyoka has a new song on the horizon, working on with Tom Morello.
Are they working on something? I saw she played Tom Morello's mom's birthday with like Jack Black and Tom Morello's son on guitar.
Oh, Tom Morello's son.
Yeah.
Wow.
Doing some covers, and it was pretty kick-ass, man.
Wait, it was Tom Morello's son, Yoyoka, and Jack Black.
Yeah, and then somebody on keys.
That's amazing.
And somebody on bass. It was pretty crazy.
Paul said she's almost ready to release a new song.
Cool.
Oh, plus the song with Jack Black and Tom Morello's kid is available. Mr. Crowley. Okay.
Mr. Crowley, yeah,
Black
Ozzy song.
Okay.
Mr. Crowley. I love that
Yep.
fucking song. That's a great track. Also, it's Yoyoka's birthday this week. She turns 14.
14.
14?
Oh my
A big
God.
one for her. She's younger than my child.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. Like how much she's done.
Yeah, man. Holy cow.
14-year-old playing with Jack Black. Fucking A.
At Tom Morello's house.
Yeah, Tom Morello's house. It's out of control, man.
School
That's
of Rock.
awesome, dude. Good for her.
I'm jealous. Fuck her.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Whoa.
By the way, did we miss this group super chat from Rod? Back in the 70s, there was a group called
Oops.
Paul Revere and the Raiders that did a song called Indian Reservation. They got so angry when they had to lip sync, the drummer made it clear that he wasn't
Playing
drumming.
drums.
Well,
Nice.
yeah, there you
Right
go.
on. Thank you, Rod.
So
I
Nirvana
I
stole it.
appreciate when the artists go out of their way to do that. I think I
Yeah.
mentioned this before, but there's just like one moment where everybody was criticizing Blackpink of lip syncing. So there's like a moment in one of the songs where Lisa, the rapper, just like stops rapping and looks directly into the camera, and you don't hear any vocals behind her.
Oh, wow.
And then she starts again, and
That's
I was
cool.
like, well done. That's how you do it.
Nice.
Yeah, we need to mention this too. Undead Ninja mentions Hanabiye put a cover of Believer out.
By
Imagine Dragons
Imagine
song.
Dragons.
Yeah.
Oh,
I haven't listened to the whole. I've listened to a little bit of it. I want to save it all because that's freaking cool.
Did you hear her scream at all in the little bit that you heard?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so she's
So
screaming
yeah,
lyrics.
it's a way
Okay.
better song.
Yeah. All right. I don't like the original that much, so it's okay.
If you like the original, you probably won't like the cover.
nice. That's the only way to do it if you're covering Imagine Dragons. I say this, and I've covered Imagine Dragons.
Yeah.
Don't look that up. Anyway,
Look it up.
Huh. Well, do we have anything else for today? I think that might be all of our news and everything.
Oh, I got to mention Toronoko Rami just because
Oh.
I'm wearing their shirt, and they're an awesome band. Also, I have yeah, this is important, man. I didn't get to meet them or see them play when I was over there, but No Guard, who's part of my Discord, and he's from Australia. He met me over there, but he went and saw them a couple times while he was there, and put in a good word for me, so I was able to send some questions to them also when I have an interview with them. I have the
Nice.
video of it. It's getting translated now.
Oh, sick.
So look for that in the future too.
that's awesome.
Hell yeah. See, Ryan's going around meeting up with people we don't even know about yet.
Yeah, you should. Toro no Korami, you need to check out. I think Wave, you just checked them out, right?
Yes.
On one of your live
Is
streams.
that the Tiger Cub Rami?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's the one. Oh, yes. The one I messed up the title to.
Yeah.
It, I
That-
said
He
Tiger
blamed it on
Tiger
Rosie.
Club Rummy.
Pretty cool band, man.
And you got a
Anyway.
shirt from him.
Yes, No Guard bought me the shirt, and I actually got one for Tyler. I got to ship out to him too, and it came with like a sticker, like
Yeah,
a claw
nice.
sticker. It's signed with a date on it. It's pretty cool,
Oh,
man.
so it is a tiger. That's what Toronoko means?
Yeah.
Tiger Cub? Sweet.
Very cool.
All right. Ryan in the field.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
Kinda.
one more
Our
shout-out
field reporter,
here.
Ryan Muir.
One more shout out to another friend of the channel. Orange has a Band-Maid memorable all live multicam coming out from the US tour of 2023 in 4
Oh, you
o'clock
got-
Central Time.
Cool. Yeah, definitely. The videos he's making are really good. You got the pictures of Alan with freaking Hanabiye there, Wave.
Oh, yes.
You should probably mention that too.
Why did I
Yeah,
not
while
pull that
Alan
up?
is still enjoying their presence right now, we will show you his enjoyment.
Let me
He
see.
did
Is that the
get to meet
picture?
them when out there at Aftershock. I don't know to what extent, but there's photographic proof.
Yeah, well, he said that they called him out. They noticed who he was.
Oh wow,
and we're like, hey, it's a YouTube guy.
that's freaking cool, man.
Yeah.
There's Chika and Matsuri.
Remember, they're the ones that used to put reaction videos on their website
Yeah.
before they started
Yeah.
blocking. I'm just kidding.
He must be like kneeling down or something because they're not that big.
He's definitely
taller,
leaning.
He's taller than me.
Yeah.
You could see him leaning to
There
the
you go.
side
There's
just to try to
Yukina.
get there.
Yeah, Yukina and Hetsu.
Yeah, look, his knees are bent and he's leaning to the side.
He's just gave him the same frame.
Man, she is such a cutie, bro.
Which one?
All of them to an
Probably had
extent,
to, but yeah, all of them are.
but especially the one all the way on the right of the second picture that you showed.
Hatsu, bass player.
Yeah, she's a cutie.
Aw.
Awesome, man. Well, good for him. Jerk.
Yeah, I know, right? He looks like he's losing his mind in that photo. Like he's so incredibly happy in that moment.
Yeah,
Good
he's
for
been
him.
having a wild month.
Yeah, right. And just meeting all these freaking bands.
So I'm looking forward to hearing from him and everything that's going on out at Aftershock because he's got press pass, so he's got to be something's going on. Better be.
Yeah. And then when he'll be back next week, so we'll have a full rundown on everything that he experienced next week.
Oh, there was a picture of him with the winners of the contest too.
Yes.
Right. I believe her name was Jenny. Jenny won that contest.
Jenny.
Yeah, and Alan met with her and
Where did that picture
her
go?
guest, and took a picture with them also.
Ah.
Might wait for him to come back to show that one.
Who?
Who? Where? When? How? Why?
I think he said cool.
No.
Wait for him to come back?
Alan, when he comes back. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
I
sure he'll
just
have a
found
bunch of
it.
new pictures to show us from everything that he's done this weekend.
I don't know where it went anyway.
That's okay.
Oh, I
Wait for
forgot
him.
to press
He'll
save.
have a whole roll. I promise.
All right. I guess we did it.
Okay, cool.
Oh, wait, top 10.
You got it?
Nope.
You got the top 10? Almost.
Here's how
maybe.
I found the Guys and Guys website. Oh, I'm trying to click in OBS. Okay. So anyway,
The top 10 for this week. Did we do top 10? No, we weren't even here last week, actually. Let's give Nick Bender a little
Hey,
shout
Nick.
out. Threw out a $5 super chat to us and said, "It was great meeting you and your son at Hanabier Ryan."
Yeah, thanks, man. It's nice. I think I was hanging out with him at the rail for a while and through the first few bands, and I think we walked away and lost our spot, and then actually got it back, so that's cool.
nice.
But I went to go get Elliot's like, you give me a Red Bull. I'm like, yeah. So I walk over to the bar to get it. Then I turn around and he's walking up like, dude, what are you doing? You're gonna lose our spot. Sure enough, we went over there and somebody took it. I'm like, oh damn. It's all right,
that's how
man.
it
It's okay.
goes.
Yeah, it's fine. But it's fine. We got it back.
Oh, that reminds me. We haven't done a podcast since I saw Baby Metal.
Oh, why don't you
Oh,
give us a
shit.
quick rundown then?
It was surreal. Like we were just talking about seeing Baby Metal in a small venue like that was just like, holy crap, how is this possible? You know? I got when I was standing in line, they came around and they were selling these skip the line passes
Yeah.
for $40, and I was like, totally worth it. So I did that and got to be in like the 6th row, basically right behind VIPs. We got to go in, so that was pretty sweet. And it was packed up
Yeah,
there.
I'm not surprised.
But yeah, it was just a crazy experience.
Did any songs in particular stand out to you?
Was it a good
Yes.
show?
Yes. Dude, Mirror Mirror, I'm so glad that they played that live, because watching how those musicians just make it look so easy. They just glide through those songs that are insanely
Wow.
complex. The opener was really great too. I can't remember his name. I'll talk about this next
Jason
week.
Richardson?
Yes, Jason Richardson. I'll talk about this more like when I am more prepared, because I wasn't planning to talk about it today. But I
Okay.
thought he was.
Did you like Death Clock?
Nope.
I mean, okay. I did not realize Brian Beller was in that band. He's in Aristocrats, which is one of my favorite bands with Marco Miniman and Guthrie Govan. And so my mind was blown by that. And I, to be honest, every single Death Clock song sounded exactly the same to me. And I had no idea what was going on, but I don't know. It was really interesting. I've never seen.
It's a lot of
Yeah. All death growls.
Yep.
But
and
I mean, never seen a band that's like driven by a cartoon before.
I don't think most of us have, my dude. This is a pretty new experience.
And the scene with the horse song.
The horse song.
Or I think that's what they were saying.
I don't remember the horse song.
Where the screen was very graphic. Oh, the mermaids.
The mermaid song, I remember that one. Mermaid Death, I think it's called.
Yeah, what wasn't there a horse? Wasn't that the same song? Anyway.
No, that was it was the mermaids versus the the shrimp people.
Oh yeah. I just remember looking around and like seeing 12-year-olds in the audience of being like, man, this is a weird combination with baby metal.
Yeah, that is true because they are not PG-13 friendly.
No.
No, they're I mean, we'd be generous to give them an R rating. They're pretty close to X.
Yeah, I'd say so. But yeah, that was fascinating.
Yeah, what about the song where the dude's shooting the fire out of his dick?
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember the music at all, but that was a very, very memorable music video.
Yeah, right. It's hard to forget stuff like that.
Are these like from their actual music videos?
Yeah, I don't know if all of them were from the original show, but like I remember hearing most of those songs while I was watching Metalocalypse back in the day.
Interesting. Yeah, but really talented musicians. I mean, it's not my style of music. I wouldn't listen to it, but the musicians were really, flawless. Neely Brosh was one of the guitarists who I recognized from other stuff. And then, yeah, the drummer was from something else too. Shout out to Jed, by the way, who I met at the show. He was telling me this stuff, like how legendary the drummer was. But I haven't heard his stuff before.
That's all good. I think most of us probably haven't, honestly. But you would say that you enjoyed baby metal the most out of the three.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's why I was there. That's the music I've heard and I know. And what I enjoyed the most was the songs from the new album, because I think that's my favorite album. They're just...
Oh shit, okay, never mind. Sorry, I interrupted. I was listening to something else, but it has to do with what we're talking about.
Oh, no way. That's funny what Undead Ninja said.
Did you...
What happened?
He just sent me the video of it.
What? I want to see that.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
The Deathlock drummer kept flipping Alan off in Omaha?
What?
Is that what we're talking about?
Is that what you guys were talking about?
No.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Oh, I thought that's what you were about to show us.
Moa looking at my hat is what I'm... That sounds hilarious, though. Why? I'm so curious about the backstory on that.
Yeah, me too. I want to know why he hates Alan.
Anyway.
How could you even tell, though? They're all silhouetted out.
Oh, because he was taking video?
Alan. He videos every show that he goes to. Somebody's going to get mad at him eventually, I guess.
Because they're supposed to like remain secret identities or something?
Oh, they're not supposed to show
But they're like published. Like, I don't know.
Then don't go out on
the band
stage
is on their
people.
Wikipedia page.
Yeah, true.
Put the video of Moa recognizing the hat in our chat, guys. Should be able to share that wave.
Oh.
The yellow one.
All right, cool.
Let's see. This is her apparently recognizing a Band-Maid hat.
Whoops.
It's from Undead Ninja. Why can't I say that fucking name? Undead Ninja. I guess Undead doesn't usually say very often.
Okay, here we go. Whoops.
We can't say it.
Yeah, I gotta drag it over to the right screen here. It's a whole production. All right, here we go. See it now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Caesar hat pointed at your head, then gave a thumbs up. That's cool.
And she gave a big. She gave a nod.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool, man.
Oh yeah, so that's definitely what she said. Couldn't have been anything else.
Nope.
Cool.
Nice.
I love
All right.
Sue's voice during the monochrome break there.
Yeah, cool.
Oh,
See, this is why you don't wear the shirt of the band that you're going to see. Because you want them to notice that you're wearing somebody else's shirt and give you the thumbs up for it.
yeah. There you go. Now we know that Mo is a Band-Maid fan.
Hell yeah.
You know how many people in that audience were probably wearing Baby Metal stuff? She's not acknowledging them. She knows that they're there to see them. But then she sees another band that she likes, and she goes, hey, I like them too. That's how you get the connection.
Dude,
Or they could tell you not to wear that shirt and then buy one.
Or
Yeah,
they could be,
that's what
they
happened
could be
with
Catherine
Hannah.
Spin.
Well, yeah. I think that it depends where the band is in their career.
Yeah.
Like, are they struggling to get by, or are they already on top of the world? You know, like Baby Metal's already set for life. You know.
Yeah, they can throw out the respect anywhere that they want at this point. They don't need it anymore for themselves.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this top 10.
Okay.
You have to.
I was just gonna say, I realize I'm too old to go to general admission when during the new song, the Tom Morello song, Baby Metal did, where she had everyone like kneel down on the floor during Momoko's spoken word part. And like get down on the floor, and then it's time to get back up, and I'm like, ugh.
Old man sounds.
Yeah,
At
exactly.
least they're covered up by the music.
Anyway, okay, top 10. Let me get to the right screen here. Number 10, we got East of Eden with
Dude, they're-
Evolve extended version.
When they
Can
drop
you-
a whole album, it's going to be doing pretty good, man.
Can you shrink that a little bit so we can see where they were before?
Yes, they're down one spot. Wait,
There we go. All
Down
right, so
one
they went
spot
from
from
went from 9 to 10.
but Aina the End and Andromeda. Wait, no. Aina the End and Tomoyasu Hote moved up 2 spots to 9 for Andromeda.
All right.
That's a pretty cool song. Oh, crap. I just went to the starting soon screen. I hate this. I don't ever want to run stream again. Okay. Shambles. Band-Maid. Staying strong at 8.
Yeah, right on.
Die Dan and featuring Zorn by Radwimps. Moved down a spot to number 6. Groundswell by Passcode. Moved down to number 5. And was usurped by Ave Mujica. Never heard this. I guess the namesake of Ave Mujica, the band.
So they took over the spots for excuse me, Passcode and Dodd and
Radwimps.
Radwimps.
Radwimps?
Yeah.
Interesting. Let's to check that out. Maybe we should react to that next week.
Yeah, when we get back to our Patreon reactions.
Yeah. Wagaki Band staying strong at number 4 with The Beast. Koi no America by Maximum the Hormones staying strong at 3. Baby Metal with Matali. The song I was just trying to remember the name of is at number 2. And One OK Rock with Monster Hunter Now make it out alive at number 1.
Not too many changes this week. It looks like only one new band in general, and everybody else pretty much stayed in the same area.
Yeah, the top 4 I don't think is going to move. I don't know.
It's gonna be a minute, yeah, because they're big bands. We're talking about like the 4 of the biggest bands in Japan
No
with the
kidding.
new songs.
They're all
Yeah.
kind of the legend in their genre of that
Mm-hmm.
group. So
Mm-hmm.
anyway,
If you guys like One OK Rock, by the way, just random tidbit, they posted recently, I think maybe just this morning or a day ago, a little clip of a live performance where they do one of their songs from like over 10 years ago. And it's just the singer Taka doing vocals. It's like a slow song. So if you're ever just wondering, like, hey, why does everybody like Taka's vocals so much? Go check out that clip. It's on their Twitter. It's worth hearing because I think he's a really great vocalist.
yeah, that he is my favorite part of One OK Rock. His voice.
Oh, me too. It's not even close.
I just realized that my face was so bright during the whole podcast. Anyway, I'm like glowing. So Abe Mujika is part of Bang Dream. That's interesting. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Did you already say that?
Nope.
I think we mentioned it 2 weeks ago when they were on here, but
okay.
they're part of it.
All right.
Bang Dream's doing some good stuff, man.
Cool. All right. Well, I'd say that's a wrap.
I think so. Everybody, if you want more content from us, you've never been over on our Patreon, you should go to patreon.com/GaijinGuys because we do group reactions over there. There wasn't one last week or this week because last week we didn't have a podcast and this week we didn't have Alan. But we will be getting back to that as soon as we have all 4 of us in the same location again. Obviously, there's still channel memberships if you want to show a little extra support. And you could always go to our socials, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, stuff like that, which are updated when we feel like updating them, but we'll give you information on there regardless.
You guys are too nice because I feel like I totally butchered the stream today, but thank you.
We're fine, man.
Yeah, you give yourself too much shit, Wave. Everybody give Wave a big thumbs up in the chat. But I think we're good for today, right? So
yes. All right.
let's say farewell to the crew.
Thank you all for hanging out. Oh,
Thanks,
yeah.
Adios,
everybody.
everybody.
Thank you, Gordon. Remember to hit the like button.
Hit that like button before you go if you can. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Adios.
Bye.
So yeah.
Oh, yeah. I got to end it.